I'm standing out here at the front entrance to St. Mark's Church and School, where we all just responded to a fire drill at 9:45 on Friday morning, and so the whole school emptied out into the parking lots as we rehearsed practice for a fire. And it reminded me actually of the readings for this weekend, where Jesus calls Peter, James, Andrew, and John. It says, "Come follow me, and I will make you fish for people." And in Mark's gospel, those disciples immediately drop their nets, and they don't even think twice, they just go. Kind of the same way it was when we heard the fire alarm. We didn't ask, oh, is this real or fake, or let me finish this phone call. You stop everything, you get up, and you go. You follow the sound of that fire alarm. Kind of reminds me of when I was growing up in a smaller town, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And it was back in those days when children were free to do whatever they wanted to do. And we would leave our home in the morning and we wouldn't even come back till, evening time. And our parents sort of knew where we were on our bikes or wherever, but it was a much different world. One way that my dad always got our attention, however, is he would stand out on the front porch of the house and he would do one of those really piercing whistles. I've never learned how to do it. But he would stand there and no matter kind of where we were, we would hear this whistle. And we knew that when it was that whistle, it was coming from my dad and we had better get home. I think that Jesus' call to the disciples is kind of like that fire drill. It's kind of like that whistle. When Jesus calls us to follow, he doesn't tell us to, think about it, try to figure me out, have a theological understanding, learn your creeds. He doesn't ask anything more than to say, trust me, follow me. And the call that Jesus gives to most of us is not that call necessarily to leave a boat and go preach and teach like he did with the disciples, but he calls us to action. He calls us to see the world as he sees it. So when there's a need, you help. If someone falls, you pick them up. If the person needs money at the stop sign, you give it to them. If somebody needs something you have to give, you don't think over and over again, is this the right thing or what should I do? You respond. Because as followers of Jesus, when we hear that call, we go. We do love, because that is what God calls us to do. So may you always be ready to answer the call and follow Jesus. We'll see you Sunday.